Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your manifestation coach. All the information from me is below. I mainly coach in audios and emails. It's a coaching based on audio exchange. You record an audio, you tell me about yourself, we go through everything, your childhood, your formative years, your beliefs. I guide you through it, I give you meticulous feedback, I listen to your audio more than once, I take extensive notes, I reply with my audio, and on we go. You also should be taking notes, and basically I hold your hand throughout the entire process of how to identify your belief systems, whatever hangups that you currently are facing, whatever situations that you're producing. But we are going deep with this coaching. It's a very deep coaching that addresses everything, not just manifestation, not just the cherry on top, because manifestation is easy. Once you figure out who's manifesting, it's you, and your job is you. So I take great amount of time to go through every single audio because I want to understand who the person is that I'm working with. Now, if you want to be coached by me, there's usually a slight wait. You can put yourself on the waiting list by emailing me. The email is below, but you need to pre-book first, okay? You need to book your package. I recommend that you book the monthly unlimited, okay? The 2-week unlimited is there for the impatient ones, but it always ends up being more than 2 weeks because, quite frankly, realistically speaking, it's impossible for me to cover most people's lives in 2 weeks. It's just not. This is for somebody who is impatient, like I say, but they always end up booking more. So you do yourself a favor, just book a month. People always stay with me more than 2 months. Okay, 2 or 3 months is optimal, just to go through everything without rushing through it, without being like overly, pressured. Because, like I said, I like to take my time. I would like for you to take your time telling me your story, because every single detail truly does matter. And it really is therapeutic to talk about it. It's not therapy, by the way, but covering the ground of the blueprint that you're currently living with is truly of paramount importance. And so at least a month is necessary. Now, in every package, there are also telephone calls included. In the 2-week unlimited, there's 2 phone calls. In the monthly unlimited, there's 5 phone calls, and then the complete package has unlimited phone calls. That's for somebody who really just wants to talk on the phone with me, and that's perfectly all right, but we need to schedule those telephone calls. In addition to that, you'll find that I have a seminar available on my website. This is a seminar for up to 10 people. It's 5 hours of my time. We basically go through everything that I go through in my coaching with every single one of my clients, but it's condensed. This is for somebody like, I don't know, maybe a company, a small company or a group of friends or a family, I don't know, to take a seminar that's going to be like crash course of 5 hours at a time. In between, there's going to be like a break, maybe 20 minutes for people to use the bathroom and whatever, get a snack or something. And then we continue. So these options are available if you need to ask me any questions. My email is down below. Also, with every package, there's an agreement that I felt recently to be necessary to be signed, dated, and sent back to me. It's pretty self-explanatory for most people, but just to cover myself and for you to really acknowledge the kind of coach I am, the kind of personality I have. I assume that most people on my channel already know that, but just again, to make sure that everybody understands what they're getting into. There are no surprises for most people, but once in a while I found that the person was surprised or didn't understand what coaching was really about. Again, it's not therapy. Coaching is me asking you to step up and deliver good results for yourself. And sometimes I will be pushing you. That's the idea of coaching. It's not about talking your problems till the end of time. It's about talking about what's happening now, what's happened before, and then proceeding to change that. And then I will definitely challenge you. I will definitely push you to be your best. That's what coaching is about. But in a nutshell, please make sure you sign my agreement, just to make sure that you go over it and you understand the terms and conditions. There's only 7 points there. It's, like I said, pretty self-explanatory, but just to make sure. Okay, today's subject is how to become the magician of your life. So in my opening, I always say, welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to become the magician of your life. And I honestly couldn't come up with a better title for this audio, because I really just wanted to give the ultimate guide of how to become the magician of your life today and going forward. Okay, now again, provided you've worked on your beliefs, which I cover extensively in my coaching. This is very important. I really have to include this, not to, set unrealistic expectations that like, oh yeah, you're going to listen to this audio and you're going to become the magician of your life. You might, if you've already done the work on your beliefs, but if you haven't, I recommend my coaching highly, because this is the bulk of my work. Beliefs are the program you're running on right now. And unless you change your beliefs, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. That's just the reality of things. I don't care what anybody else says on the internet. This is what the real shebang is, if you will. So this is something for somebody who is in the middle of a transition, a dilemma, or some kind of a change in their life, where they know more or less that, they create their own reality. They've watched videos before and they understand what the law of attraction is and this and that. But this is the ultimate guide, like step by step, of how you literally can create magic in your life, okay? Overnight or within a very short period of time. So at every moment of your day, you can change your life forever, because there are innumerable parallel realities that coexist right next to each other. In fact, you're moving through billions and billions of parallel realities every split second of your day. So obviously, every moment of your day, you can change your life forever. The question is, which way you're going to change it? Where are you going to go? And the answer becomes, it's your energy. Okay? It's beyond thoughts, it's beyond affirmations, it's beyond techniques, it's beyond all of that stuff that, people are so enamored with. It has to do with your energy. At the end of the day, your energy, the kind of vibration you're sending out into the universe, trumps everything. It supersedes all sorts of fucking techniques, everything at all. If you can naturally tap into the energy of things going your way, of creating an outcome that you prefer, of, people giving you the answer that you want, you naturally attract that, because you're tapped into the energy of the highest vibration of things going magically right for you. And so your energy is the most important thing that you can acquire, irregardless of what it looks like on the outside, irregardless of what's happening now, irregardless of what has been before, in order to transform your day. I mean, within minutes, within hours, within days for sure. And so cultivating your energy in the right direction, becoming familiar with who it is you want to be, where it is you want to go, what kind of things you'd like to see happen, and being familiar with that energy that you vibrate as. Just remember, in the parallel reality of your choosing, the outcome you seek The kind of things you want to hear, the kinds of things you want to receive or manifest, they already done. They've been done. They existed all along before you even asked for them. Before you even dreamt it up. You're not so original. I hate to break it to you. Okay? They already existed a long time ago, before you were born, before your mother and dad were born. It always existed. Because creation is finished, as Neville says, and it all exists at the same time. So when you come up with a desire, even if you think you're so original, you're not. It has been done already. And so all you need to do, mechanically speaking, is you need to tap into the frequency of that outcome, which already existed a long time ago. A long, long time ago. Like a long, long time ago? Yeah, a long, long time ago. I would say eternity, but that doesn't really cover it, It's just always been there. All the people, all the events, it's just noise. It's just noise. At the core of it all, it's you. It's you and your creation, your consciousness. What you vibrate as. What kind of frequency are you tapping into right now? And for those who don't understand what frequency is, it's simply a feeling. The frequency, the feeling that you get is the translation of the frequency you're tapping into. In other words, very simplistically put, if you find yourself in a grumpy mood, you're on the frequency of discontentment. You're on the frequency of I don't have what I want right now. And so for you to manifest something different than what you see right now, which is why I said all the people and all the events is just noise if you don't prefer what you see around you. All you have to do is change your frequency, change your feeling, because you're the tower, you're the power. You manifest a different vibration within your body. Your body is literally a remote control of frequencies. So it's a remote, it's like television. You are the remote control who switches to a different channel of frequency in which events play out differently. Do you remember Matrix? When Neo was in the architect's office and all these TV screens around him, those were parallel realities. Except imagine you have like a bazillion parallel realities that you can tap into. But don't you think one of those parallel realities will be one that you ultimately prefer, of the highest kind, the highest frequency? Just remember, your body is a remote control, and the way you control this remote control is by selecting a new frequency with your feeling. Now, nothing on the outside has to correspond to your vision, to your feeling. It may seem like it's delusion, and it is, but delusion creates the illusion of reality. Okay, it's all an illusion anyway, so you might as well get delusional about it. Might as well create on purpose. So if everything around you sucks right now and things are not working out your way, just temporarily so, you all of a sudden start getting happy for no fucking apparent reason. You just say, you know what? It's okay. It's going to work out in my favor anyway. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to go smell roses. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to go prepare some delicious, yummy meal and make myself happy. Oh, it's okay. I'm going to go watch stand-up comedy and laugh till my belly hurts, and I'm going to elevate my mood. You see what I'm saying? So you become delusionally happy on purpose. You're creating this frequency on purpose, thus shifting yourself into a parallel reality of your choosing. Regardless of what it looks like right now, then in the next 5 minutes, since your frequency changed, things are going to start looking different. Maybe just a little bit, but if you stay in that frequency, you're going to see more and more evidence of things going your way. If you stay in the grumpy frequency, forget about it. Things are going to stay the same or even get worse. So it's imperative for you to change your frequency, change your channel so that you can orchestrate the events, literally, not manipulate, but orchestrate the events going in your favor, because now your universe recognizes that your frequency shifted. Therefore, the universe says, well, they're happy for some fucking reason, don't know why, but they're happy. So I might as well deliver happy events, happy people, happy outcomes to them, because it's on the same frequency, it matches the frequency, it's inevitable. Disregard old people who tell you something in opposition of what your vision is. I talk about this all the time, but it's so imperative. If you're right now like in a dire situation, or you really just want to change your life, or something didn't go your way, you want to change it immediately, stop listening to people who are telling you something. First of all, disconnect with people who are always like telling you something in opposition, or trying to bring you down, or are jealous of you, or this, that, and the other. Like, tune that shit out. Like, that's their bullshit. That's their belief system that they never worked through. It has nothing to do with you. And chances are you even, were there to listen to them because you were on the frequency that you matched up with, and they were there to tell you some bullshit. You don't need that. Tune that out. Don't listen to anybody. Make your own rules. If somebody tells you something like, yeah, you know what, this is how it works, and that's the end of it. Maybe in your world, but not in mine. I don't care what's going on in your world. That's your bullshit. That's your story. I have a really great video on my channel give people back their bullshit. Give people back their bullshit. You have enough of your own bullshit. Your beliefs and this and that. Keep your bullshit. Keep your ideas, keep your dreams, keep your manifestational goals, keep your situations that you dream about. Give people back their bullshit. You don't need anybody else's bullshit. You only need yours. Believe in your own bullshit. Don't believe in other people's bullshit. They, whatever they say, in one ear and out the other, especially if it's not pleasing to you. A lot of people project their own reality, their own beliefs, like I said, their own situations that they've lived through. They don't have to become your situations, okay? Really, really pay attention. I don't care who it is, your friend, your mother, your father, your fucking best friend, some other fucking coach who has no idea what the fuck's happening in the manifestational world. Just in one ear, out the other. If it's not pleasing to you, doesn't resonate, fuck that shit. Make your own rules and stick to them. In my world, this is how it's going to work. In my world, this is what's happening. In my world, I'm going to come on top. In my world, things are going to turn around any second now. In my world, I get my fucking billions of dollars and my SP and whatever else the fuck I want, my career and whatever, just about anything under the sun that I please, okay? And nobody can tell me what the fuck to do with my reality, because guess what? It's my reality, not yours. And if somebody tells you you're so fucking delusional, tell them, yes, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I am very delusional. I admire my delusion. You know why? Because it helps me create effortlessly. So thank you. Thank you so much. The other thing you have to remember, you have to choose yourself first. You really have to, self-love is where you begin. If you have self-love intact, if you know that you deserve the best outcomes, if you choose love, the feeling of love over everything else, meaning, somebody comes to you with some bullshit, or somebody tells you something in opposition of what you want to create, just go like, this has nothing to do with me. I'm in the vibration of love. I'm in a vibration of appreciation for my dream, for my outcome, for my money that's coming, for my SP who's coming. You don't have to descend to their level and start like, oh, really? No, you are practicing self-love by staying in the vibration of love anyway, regardless of what anybody tells you or what it looks like, of what happened before, and la 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 la. This is the highest form of self-love, where you don't descend in frequency. You are committed to the frequency of your choosing, where you stay and you manifest your shit. And then it doesn't really fucking matter what anybody said, or what it looked like before, or the day before, or last decade, or whatever the fuck it happened. You stay with it. You commit to it with laser sharp focus. That's the highest form of self-love. This is how you make yourself magnetic. Not by distributing your attention to things that don't truly matter. If something didn't go your way, it doesn't really matter. It can turn around. If somebody said something you don't like, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant, first of all. You have your own thoughts. You have your own ideas. And so you're making yourself magnetic by disregarding everything else and everyone else. With laser sharp focus, you are focused on something that you are manifesting, and nobody can ever change that or stop it from becoming so, because you, like the powerful magnet who's laser sharp focused, will attract that outcome irregardless of anything that happened before, irregardless of anything or anyone who's like talking in opposition with you or towards you. When you stop giving a shit what other people say, first of all, you become magnetic straight away, because it truly doesn't really matter. You become magnetic when you realize the only thing that matters is what you think, is what you want, is what you feel. Period. Because no one else can create your reality for you. Even though they might, it seemingly might affect you, or seemingly momentarily you might react, it still doesn't matter. You could turn right around and say, oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I am the magnet in my life. I'm magnetic because I don't give a shit what's happening on the outside. I'm producing my reality with my power that's within my body, that's within my brain, within my mind. And so everybody else can go fuck themselves a million times over. I'm still going to create what I'm going to create. The other thing that's really important is that the non-physical part, the essence of your desire, whatever it is, arrives first. When you get into your flow, when you get into your mood of, let's say, you want to manifest, I don't know, $100,000 or $100 million or whatever it is for you, or your lover, or the outcome of a certain situation. The non-physical, the feeling, the essence of that manifestation arrives first. And then the physical comes. And so, indeed, and of course, whatever is happening right now in the 3D doesn't mean anything. Because you invite a different frequency. With that frequency comes all the non-physical components that you need to materialize the physical. The physical is only the aftermath of the non-physical. If you break it down, every physical object is made of 99.9999999% space. It's all energy. A very, very like 0.00, like 99 zeros and then 1 is material. The rest is space, and space is energy. And so when you're manifesting something, the non-physical essence of it, or the feeling or the vibration of it, that it's coming, that you're feeling like, of course it's coming, I feel it coming, I created it in my mind, and of course it's coming. That's more important than actually seeing it in the 3D. The 3D will, of course, reflect it, but you creating that essence, that understanding that it's a vibrational universe. You create the vibration first, and the vibration will produce the outcome. That's where your focus needs to be, 100%. And remember, you have a non-physical counterpart, your higher self, your guides, whatever you want to call it. If you do everything in the 3D, you run around, you manipulate, you concoct scenarios or how it's going to happen and this and that and the other, you're going to get so fucking exhausted. It's not going to be productive at all. What you need to do is to allow this dance, this formidable, effortless dance, between the 3D, the aftermath, and the 5D, the imagination, the vibration part of it, the invisible part of it. That's your counterpart. You always have an invisible counterpart. Again, if you want to call it your higher self, your guides, people have different names for it, but essentially you have a God. If you want to be religious, I believe you are your own God. You just have a non-physical counterpart that's always there helping you, orchestrating things in your favor. If you just trust, if you don't come from a suspicious mind, but from the trust. And sometimes for many people, it's very difficult to trust because I don't see anything happening. Where is it? Well, can you feel it? Can you feel the vibration of this manifestation? Do you feel like it's possible for you? Which is why I work through beliefs with many people. Do you feel like it's probable? Do you feel like it's already here? That's the non-physical counterpart that's orchestrating things in your favor as you're thinking, as you're feeling, as you're imagining, as you're vibrating as that wish. Your non-physical counterpart creates it for you. And all you need to do is answer an email, answer a text, go here, sign that, la la la. You don't need to manipulate anybody. You don't need to talk somebody into anything. You don't need to convince anybody. All you need to do is think things into existence. You want to change somebody's mind? You can change somebody's mind. You can just assume their mind is changed. You want to receive a certain amount of money? Intend it. Assume that you already have it. Visualize it. It doesn't mean that you're gonna start like drawing zeros in your bank account, although you can do it like, for visualization. It just means it's going to arrive of its own accord. Your non-physical counterpart is producing these things for you, so you don't have to go fucking crazy. And a lot of people misunderstand this, that they think that they have to create everything, like, like nail it in and hammer it in and all this kind of stuff. No, you need to allow the dance between I intended for this to happen, therefore I know it's coming, and then you see the result of it. All you have to do, like I said, is stay in that vibration. And remember, when the problem arises, there's also the solution that arises at the same time, even before it. It's like in the Bible, before you asked, I shall answer. I like before you asked, it was already done. And that's, in the beginning when I mentioned they're all parallel realities coexisting at the same time, have always already existed, will always exist for eternity, if not longer. And so, of course, the solution is there before the problem arises because they existed at the same time. And so while you're too busy or maybe too busy dwelling on the problem, all you have to do is like, okay, what do I want to create now? The solution. What's the solution? This. Okay, let's focus on the solution then and not discuss the problem anymore. Again, it needs to be that you learn how to be delusional. For some people, very difficult, but very necessary. Remember one more thing. Darkness, i.e. problem, or any kind of, darkness in your life, any kind of problem, any kind of situation has zero power. The only reason it exists there is because you vibrated at that level. And just as you vibrated at that level, you can unvibrate it out of existence in your life. Everything that can be created can be uncreated. It's vibrational. And so if you're in a new vibration, in a different universe, in a different parallel reality, that problem goes. And so fear is always a lie. It's not true. If you're afraid of some situation, if you're like some kind of like discomfort or anxiety, you are reacting to something you yourself created, vibrated as, and invited into your life. Now you get to unvibrate it out of existence. So what are you afraid of? Being victorious? You can choose to be victorious. You can choose the solution of the problem. And bit by bit, you're going to see the evidence of it in your reality because now you're on a different frequency, different vibration. Stop making it so difficult. It's supposed to be easy. And it is. If you really understand the mechanics of it, this is quantum physics. This is just it's not some kind of like woo-woo shit. This is how you create magic in your universe, in your life. This is how you become the magician. When you understand that your vibration goes out into the universe and creates a world, creates a frequency that you now, or rather you correspond to a frequency that has always been there. However you want to visualize it. If you visualize yourself as a tower that emits a frequency and then this frequency creates a world, wonderful. If you want to say you jumped into a parallel reality in which the whole shebang was already there, all the solutions, wonderful. But the idea is there's a frequency. There's a frequency on which that solution exists, your SP exists, the magic of this, all the wonders in the world exists that you ever want to experience. So if you want to visualize yourself, like if I plug in an iPhone to charge, you can plug into your new life, just like that. and stay plugged in into that frequency. The only thing you need to do is hold that frequency and disregard everybody else. People can, say whatever they want. The whole world can fall apart for all you care around you, just metaphorically speaking, of course. And if you hold your vibration of choice, it truly doesn't matter. It will never affect you. Everything will go your way. How would you like to be free of all your seeming issues? Well, it's frequency. There's no other way. There's no other way. And my favorite example that I always give in my coaching, and I always discuss on my channel as well, create your world, your quote unquote imaginary world of the highest potential, of the highest frequency, which means it's not just one desire. It's your house, it's your neighborhood, it's your lover, it's the money you have, it's the way you look, it's the career you have, everything. It's the kind of mood you wake up in the morning, the kind of projects you're working on, the kind of clients you're working with, the kind of people you surround with, and la 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 la. And then enter that world. Just you have to tap into that feeling, like what it would be feeling like every day to live in that environment, in that world. What kind of colors come to mind? Is it bright? Is it shiny? Is it vivid? What kind of aromas are you smelling? Like, how are you dressing? What kinds of things are you listening to from now different people that you surround yourself with? What kind of deals are you making? What kinds of places are you going? All of this is your new world. And, this is why I believe in scripting, but basically create that world that for the moment lives in your imagination, but it can become true. This is how I've created everything in my life. Everything comes out of your imagination. Imagination is more real than the reality you're living right now, because the reality you're living right now is past tense. It's the echo of the past. But what you're creating next is what's coming. And the way that you adjust whatever is happening right now, it's as if you pluck yourself out of the old parallel reality, and place yourself in the new parallel reality in which things are all going your way. And you do it with your vibration, with your feeling, with vibrating as that person in that reality and nothing else. And again, no power in the world can stop it from becoming so. No power, nobody and nothing can stop it from becoming so. Thank you so much for listening. All the information from me is again below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.